Most of my films tell the story of a fish that comes to hand. A fish that's hooked, landed and released. This one doesn't. Today I'm asking for your help to understand what went wrong. I think I know why I lost to salmon here at Orton on the Spey. Watching every detail again, I think I can see 4 key mistakes I made. I'll show you exactly what happened from start to finish. Then I'd love to hear whether you think I could have done anything different to change the outcome. It's always good to be back on Speyside. This is the Orton Beat in the lower reaches of the River Spey. It's a glorious stretch of this famous river, and we're lucky enough to be fishing here in May. The river is settled after a recent rise, so we're hoping that will encourage some fresh salmon to push upstream with a few stopping here to rest. Salmon often travel quickly through fast water before pausing in slower, softer pools to recover their strength. If you enjoy my videos, now would be a great time to show your support by subscribing, leaving a comment, or simply hitting the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel grow, and I genuinely appreciate it. Today I'll be fishing the Junction Pool in the lower half of the Orton Beat. It's a classic salmon pool, because fish not only rest here before continuing upstream, but they also have to decide whether to take the left or the right channel. These junctions are always worth fishing, as they're natural holding areas where salmon are often willing to take a fly. Today I'm fishing a full floating line with a slow sink polyleader. I have a classic Willie Gunn double on the point. This fly needs no introduction, a tried and tested pattern at any time of the season, and a fly that every salmon angler will have in their box. My rod today as usual is the Scott McKenzie Atlas FX1. It's paired with a hardy perfect reel. This is a new addition to my collection and the first time I fished with it. It's a beautiful reel with a wonderful sound, as you'll soon hear. Little did I know, but before the day was out I'd hook a salmon I'll probably never forget. But things wouldn't quite go to plan. Well, the cloud cover didn't last. Since yesterday, the river has dropped a little and the blue sky has broken through. For most people, it's a beautiful spring morning on the Spey, but for a salmon angler, it's exactly the weather you don't want. The wind isn't making my life any easier either. It's swirling constantly, changing direction even halfway through the cast. My aim is just to get the fly into the fast current, let it swing across the pool and finish below me on the dangle. It's always nice to have company on the river. I chat with the gilly beside me, but there's absolutely no hint of what's about to happen.
So that water's come down there and into that bank, right? Is that what's happened, yeah? Oh, fish!
Then everything changes. The take comes completely out of nowhere. A firm, unmistakable pull just as the fly hangs on the dangle. I lift into the fish, get it onto the reel, and I immediately feel the weight of the fish. It heads straight over to the fast water and starts to work its way upstream. I always prefer to stay above the fish if I can, so as it makes gains upstream, I follow, trying to keep my advantage. There's nothing quite like the sound of a hardy perfect under the pressure of a good salmon. It's a sound that never gets old. For now, all I can do is stay patient, maintain steady pressure, recover line whenever I can and wait for the fish to begin tiring. A little different. Usually I'm trying to land the fish by myself while filming at the same time. This time the ghillie is standing ready with the net, so that's one thing I don't need to worry about. Slowly I begin to recover line, but I still haven't seen the fish. It's the middle of May, the kelts have long since left the river, so what's on the end of my line is definitely a fresh run spring salmon. Instinct takes over and I move with it, making sure it always stays below me while I follow along the bank. Well, eventually it wins the position and gets above me. Rather than chase it further, I stand my ground and try to persuade it back downstream.
It's okay.
For a moment it works. The fish begins edging towards my bank, and I can feel the balance starting to shift. If I can guide it into soft water, we might finally get our chance. Even when it comes close, it refuses to show itself. Instead, it digs deep and pushes upstream once again. He's gone. I'd convinced myself I'd already done the hard part. Somewhere during that fight, I believe I made 4 key mistakes. Let's go back and look at those moments again. I'd really like to know whether you agree with me, or whether you saw something completely different that I missed. The first mistake happened even before the fish was hooked. As I worked my way out to a full line, after every cast, I immediately stripped out line ready for the next cast. That left me holding a loose loop of line as the fly swung across the current. I've been warned about this before. I shouldn't strip out line until I'm actually ready to make the next cast. It's a bad habit that I really need to break.
Water's come down there and into that bank, right?
The second mistake follows directly from the first.
Oh, fish.
The moment I felt the take, I should have clamped the line against the rod and firmly set the hook. Instead, my first reaction was to let go of the loop of line so the fish could get on the reel. Looking back at that footage, I don't think the hook was ever properly bedded throughout the entire fight. It's also worth remembering this is my first outing with this reel. I found myself fishing as if it had a modern drag system, which it doesn't, and allowed the fish to take far too much line. As lovely as that perfect reel sounds, I should have been palming the spool to slow the fish down and maintain steady pressure. That's one of the reasons traditional salmon reels were designed as right-hand wind. You fight the fish with your right arm while using your left hand to control the spool. Finally, probably the most obvious mistake. Why did I let the fish get upstream of me towards the end of the fight?
It's okay.
Looking back, perhaps it was just a final link in a chain of mistakes. A hook that was never set properly, combined with allowing the fish to run freely in a reel with no drag, may have meant the fish was never securely hooked in the first place. If that's true, perhaps losing it was only ever a matter of time. I genuinely love to hear what you think. Were these the key mistakes, or do you see something else I missed? More importantly, was this fish savable if I'd been more disciplined from the very beginning, even before it took the fly?